With a sunlit smile, we greet you all, students, teachers and staff. Let's embark our morning assembly with focused mind and joyful hearts.
Good morning everyone. Today I Charvi
And I, Dakshita,
on behalf of our class 10th P have got golden opportunity to present our annual function on the topic Nationalism in India. As we embark on this solemn pledge, we remind ourselves the connection we share in our hearts. So I would like to request you all to please stand up and put your right hand on your left shoulders and let our voices echo around us.
O God, I offer you my studies, thoughts, words, and actions of this day. Enlighten my mind, strengthen my memories, and guide me to do what's right. Amen.
Now it's time for the thought of the day. If yet your blood does not rage, then it is water that flows in your veins. For what is the flush of youth if it is not of service to the motherland? I repeat my thought. If yet your blood does not rage, then it is water that flows in your veins. For what is the flush of youth if it is not of service to the motherland? Thank you.
India is an exquisite country with ample diversity. It is a subcontinent of nationalities. Now some students of our class are proceeding to exhibit an enlightening skit performance on topic nationalism in India.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Today we will study about nationalism in India.
Okay, sir.
Nationalism is political, social and cultural ideology which emphasizes on collective belonging, unity and interest of people.
Okay, sir.
It is very interesting topic, so we will understand it with the help of skit.
Okay, sir.
Let's go.
As you all know that India remained under the British rule for 200 years, which is a long period of time. Britishers came here for the purpose of trade, but gradually took advantage of disputes among Indian rulers and weak economy. They settled here and started ruling our country, India. In 1915, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India from South Africa. In 1917, he travelled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants against oppressive plantation system. Later in 1970, he travelled to Khera district of Gujarat to support the peasants who were affected from crop failure and could not pay the revenue. Then in 1918, he travelled to Ahmedabad in Gujarat to have another Satyagraha movement among cotton mill workers.
The Rowlatt Act in 1990s was the right for nationalism in India. It was passed by Imperial Legislative Council.
Gandhiji, Britishers have passed Rowlatt Act, which had given them enormous power to repress the political parties and activities. It gave them the right to arrest any person without trial for 2 years.
We can't let this happen. We have to do something. We'll protest against it.
But how?
We have to protest against such unjust laws. For this, I'll go on Hartal on 6th of April.
Okay.
When Gandhiji went on strike, rallies were organized, workers went on strike and shops were closed down. In response to this, British administration picked up local leaders from Amritsar. Mahatma Gandhi was banned from entering Delhi. On 10th April, British administration fired upon peaceful procession. Martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command.
Another important movement for the rise of nationalism in India was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. However, unaware of the martial law, thousands of Indians gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh on 13 April in Amritsar to celebrate the festival of Baisakhi as well as for the peaceful procession that was going to be held there.
Today is Baisakhi. We are going to Jallianwala Bagh to celebrate it.
yes, we enjoy there. I am so excited to go there.
Let's go.
Some people discussing about Jallianwala Bagh here.
Do you know about the fair in Jallianwala Bagh? Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Today is Baisakhi. Let's go to Jallianwala Bagh.
Yeah, we will enjoy there a lot. Let's go.
People were unaware about the martial law. They gathered there to celebrate the festival of Vaisakhi and for the protest against Britishers. People of General Dyer closed the only gates of Jallianwala Bagh. Then they started firing in a very brutal and merciless way.
Sir, there's a huge crowd of people gathered in Jallianwala Bagh.
What?
I think that they are going to harm us.
We have had enough of them. How can they have the audacity to gather? Kill all of them.
Sir!
Everyone was shot dead and killed ruthlessly. In this way, Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened, which was very dreadful.
1920 Non-Cooperation Movement. In 1920, Mahatma Gandhi took charge of Indian National Congress Committee and started the movement. Mahatma Gandhi and Shaukat Ali toured, extensively mobilizing the popular support for the movement.
If Indians refused to cooperate, British rule in India would have collapsed within a year. The non-cooperation movement should unfold in stages.
But how, Gandhiji?
This should begin with the surrender of titles that the government awarded and a boycott of civil services, army, legislative council, courts, schools and foreign votes.
And in case government used repression, a full civil disobedience campaign would be launched.
Thousands of students left government-controlled schools and colleges. Headmasters and teachers resigned. Foreign goods were boycotted and foreign clothes were burnt in huge bonfires.
In 1930, Mahatma Gandhi began Dandi March under act of civil disobedience. Mahatma Gandhi took a crowd of people from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi March in a non-violent manner to protest against the British government. Rajgopal Sade also joined the Dandi March.
The Britishers have forced us to a stand where we can neither collect nor see the sword, and we can only buy a sword from English.
We must protest.
But how? What is the plan?
We shall walk to Dandi, make our own sword and break all the laws implemented by British in sword.
Okay.
In 1935, Government of India Act took command and certain laws of constitution laid the foundation for the decade that would follow in 1942. Therefore, a new movement called Quit India Movement began by the Indian National Congress Committee in their session which they delivered in Bombay. There was only one mission to quit British rule in India.
The Quick India movement was the biggest protest of our time. It is a great initiative to reclaim freedom and make India free of Britishers. True, the only goal of this movement is to free Mother India from Britishers and to end the British rule in India.
Nationalism of India proved to be one of the most significant political and social forces in history of world. On August 15, 1947, at the stroke of midnight, India and Pakistan
Bharat Mata ki
independence from British rule,
Bharat Mata ki
signaling the beginning of
Vande
the end of largest empire in the
Vande
history of world.
Bharat Mata ki Satyamev Satyamev.
Now children, please let me know that if you like the skit.
Yes, sir. It was painted in a way that it gave us glimpse of struggle that our freedom fighters had faced.
I believe you understand that it is our end on freedom. Now you all tell me that what is our responsibilities as an Indian citizen towards the development of the country.
We should embrace the presence of diversity and educate our youth.
We should always respect our freedom fighter and follow their idols.
Every citizen in India has their own culture and tradition. We should accept that and live as brothers.
Science is the basics of our society. We should develop it as a nation of whole rather than individual of the community. As we have written space missions like Aryabhata, Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan 3, Aditya L1, discovery of COVID vaccines, development of DNA and fingerprinting probe.
I am glad that the efforts of a freedom fighter are acknowledged by the students, which help them to develop their own ideas for creating a developed nation.
It is indeed a golden opportunity for each of us to enrich and enlighten ourselves, as we know that we are gathered here to exchange ideas and discussion. So some students of our class are presenting a group discussion on the topic Nationalism in India.
Nationalism is an idea that nurtures the need of certain nation with the intention of attaining and sustaining the nation's sovereignty, self-governance over its motherland.
Indian nationalism evolved as a notion during the Indian independence movement, which pushed for independence from British rule. Avi Nagpal, can you explain what is the role of nationalism in shaping our country?
It has played a significant role in shaping the country's history, politics, and society. At its core, Indian nationalism emphasizes the unity, identity, and aspirations of the Indian nation. It emerged as a powerful force during the struggle for independence against British colonial rule, but continues to influence various aspects of Indian life today.
Chaitanya, can you tell us that how and when the nationalism in India started?
The First World War 1919 had far-reaching consequences on the entire world. After the First World War, some major movements broke out in India like Satyagraha and non-cooperation movement. This has sown the seeds of nationalism in Indians. This era developed new social groups along with new modes of struggle. Some major events like Jallianwala Bagh massacre and Khilafat movement had strong impact on the people of India.
Cherry, can you explain what was the impact of collective struggle against colonialism?
Thus, their collective struggle against colonialism brought them together and they have collectively developed a strong feeling of responsibility, accountability, love and devotion for their country. This collective feeling of the Indian people was the start of development of nationalism. Foundation of Indian National Congress in 1885 was the first organized expression of nationalism in India.
Bhavya, can you tell us about the rise of nationalism in India?
The Britishers came to India as traders but slowly became rulers. They started neglecting the interests of Indians. This led to the feeling of oneness amongst Indians and hence slowly led to nationalism.
India developed as a unified country in the 19th and 20th century due to well-structured governance system of Britishers. This has led to the interlinking of economic life of people and hence nationalism.
The spread of Western education, especially the English language, almost educating Indians were helped to have their linguistic origin and hence they share their nationalist opinions.
The researches by Indian and European scholars led to the rediscovery of Indian past. The Indian scholars like Swami Vivekananda and European scholars like Max Muller have done historical research and glorified India past in such a manner that it developed a strong sense of nationalism and patriotism.
The emergence of the press in the 19th century has aided in the mobilization of people's opinion, thereby giving them a common platform to interact for independence motion and also to promote nationalism.
Various reforms and social movements had helped Indian society to remove the social evils which were withholding the societal development and hence lead to rejoining of society.
The development of well-laid railway networks in India was a major boost for transportation sector, hence making it easy for Indian population to connect with each other.
I would also like to add that events like French Revolution, unification of Italy, Germany, etc. have awakened a national consciousness amongst Indian citizens.
Dipanjan, can you explain what are the major symbols and institutions used to spread nationalism in India?
National symbols such as the national flag, the tricolor flag and the national heroes plays a crucial role in fostering a sense of belonging and pride among Indians. Institutions like education, civil society and media also contribute to shaping national identity and promoting civic nationalism. However, there is a need to ensure that these symbols and institutions reflect the diversity of India's cultural heritage.
Arthur, can you explain us that how nationalism in India shaped the future of India?
Looking ahead, the future of nationalism in India will be shaped by how the country addresses its internal and external challenges, building a more inclusive and equitable society, addressing grievances of marginalized communities and promoting dialogue and reconciliation are essential for fostering a robust and sustainable nationalism.
Arihan, can you explain what plays a crucial role in shaping nationalist narrative for Indians?
Embracing India's diversity as a source of strength rather than division can be very crucial in shaping nationalist narrative that reflects the aspirants of all Indians.
Though a
lot of factors had led to the rising of nationalism in India, but the major role was played by First World War, Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre. These major incidences have had a deep down impact on the mind of Indians.
These motivated them to fight against Britishers with a strong feeling of nationalism. This feeling of nationalism was the main driving force for the independence struggle in India. Thank you.
Now, some students of our class are going to perform a Hindi song.
Writing in which words are chosen for its sound and beauty. So I would like to invite Charvi and Dakshita for Hindi poem.
मैं हिंदुस्तान हूँ, मुझ पे यकीन रखना। मैं हिंदुस्तान हूँ, मुझ पे यकीन रखना। मैं 10,000 साल से जिंदा हूँ, मैंने सभ्यताओं को पाला है।
आए कितने मुझे अपने रंग में रंगने, मैंने अपने रंग में सबको डाला है।
पर दिखे तुम्हें अगर आज कोई फिर अपना एक रंग चढ़ाता हुआ,
सारे रंगों को बेरंग बताकर अपना इतिहास पढ़ाता हुआ,
बस याद रखना है फितरत ये मेरी, बस याद रखना है फितरत ये मेरी।
ना फर्क करना ना मोहब्बत में कमी रखना, ना फर्क करना ना मोहब्बत में कमी रखना।
मैं हिंदुस्तान हूँ, मुझ पे यकीन रखना। मैं हिंदुस्तान हूँ, मुझ पे यकीन रखना।
धन्यवाद।
Poetry allows people to express concepts in a unique and resonant way that sometimes survives and continues to inspire readers. Now, I would like to call Bhavya and Bhavik on stage for a beautiful English poem.
With Himalayas in the north, Indian Ocean in the south, Arabian Sea in the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, I love my nation. With developed culture and beautiful sculpture, the people have no rest to do the work best. I love my nation. They give us rice and ration, they dress in latest fashion. They do many inventions which are about friction. I love my nation. With number of hills which are God's creation, it gives us protection and saves us from tension.
I love my nation. I love my nation. Thank you.
Enjoy this vibrant performance that is a wonderful blend of grace and energy. So I invite Charu and Chaitanya for a classical dance performance.
incredible qualities and talent to show you. So without waiting further, I would like to call Tashi for an instrumental performance.
Dance is a language of soul and dialogue without words. So let's invite some students for class 10P for vibrant dance performance.
चले